Hey guys, welcome back. Today I cannot wait to show you these hacks that have helped me transition, live, and thrive eating a whole foods plant-based diet. I know a lot of y'all out there know that I struggled for a while to make this lifestyle stick. It was really overwhelming for me at first, and these hacks, a lot of these hacks kind of just came about when I was trying to figure out how to make this thing work for me. And as many of you know, I figured it out, I made it work, and it's been going pretty easy. And so I want that for you. So like I said, I can't wait to share these hacks with you. I wanna just hop right into them because I don't know how long it's gonna actually take. It could take 5 minutes, it could take 35 minutes. I know we both probably don't wanna sit here for 35 minutes. So let's just jump into hack number 1, shall we? This one has really changed so much of my refrigerator. I'm just gonna go ahead and share with you. It is putting fruit in mason jars. Now, lots of y'all have seen this before from me in previous videos that I've shared, and you've asked me, hey, does this help the fruit last any longer? I really haven't noticed it lasting that much longer. I used to actually put the tops on the mason jars, and it did seem that the fruit did last a little bit longer. What I did notice though is this strange funky smell, and I think what was happening is the fruit was maybe fermenting or something like that. So I quit putting the lids on and I just popped the fruit in the mason jars like this, and there you have it. Now, one thing, I don't wash the fruit ahead of time because I don't want the moisture in there. I just when I get home from the grocery store, I just take a couple minutes and put all the fruit in here, leave the top off, and then as we as a family eat the fruit, we wash as we eat. I cannot tell you how this has transformed my refrigerator. It has gone from what used to look like a complete mess, okay, because we buy a lot of fruit. I would come home and just try to fit everything in my refrigerator. It has gone from a complete mess to a beautiful, organized little fruit section in my refrigerator. My fruit drawer is not overflowing with stuff too, because we used to jam stuff in there. We actually can fit like the apples in there that we put in because we buy a lot of apples. So this has really been such a great game changer. It has really changed my life when it comes to storing fruit in my refrigerator. Not only that, this looks so much more attractive to us as a family. A lot of y'all know that I like to snack on fruit and veggies only. And so when I open my refrigerator and I see the fruit all there really nice, it just looks more appealing to me. It makes me want to reach for that versus walk in my pantry and get something else that might not be that great for me. It's also great, my kids. I can't tell you how many times that refrigerator door opens. Like, it drives me nuts, especially this summer. But when they open that refrigerator door and they see all this beautiful fruit sitting there waiting for them to eat it, my kids are much more willing to grab that than, again, go in the pantry and grab something else like crackers that aren't that great for them, or chips. It's just so awesome. It's like you have all this room all of a sudden in your refrigerator. It's like, you know, downtown areas in whatever city you live in. You go downtown, you see skyscrapers everywhere. They built up. Everything is built up to fit more in that one concentrated area. Well, guess what? We're building up in our refrigerator. We are stacking things up so we have more room for our healthy, delicious fruits. Now, you can also do this with veggies. Just recently, I don't have any, we've eaten them all. I actually have to go to the store, but just to kind of give you an example, we do this also with celery and carrots. We just slice them long ways and stick them in mason jars, and you can actually fill those jars up with water, and it keeps the celery and carrots fresh for a very, very long time. All right, the next hack that I am gonna be honest with you, I cannot live without. I can live without it, but I don't want to. It is frozen rice, and really all frozen grains. It is amazing to have grains already cooked that, you know, obviously are frozen, that you can just throw in a pot with whatever else you want to make. Really, you make like a one pot wonder. I throw beans and frozen rice and other stuff in there, and I have an amazing meal within not even 10 minutes. Frozen rice has really made my meals, making my meals, so much easier for my family. And a lot of you know that when I first switched over to a plant-based diet, it was just me. No one else wanted to partake. I was the only one. So I was having to make meals for myself and everybody else. So whatever I made for me had to be really quick and easy. And that's kind of when I figured out the whole frozen rice thing. Now, I know a lot of y'all can't find frozen rice at the store like I do. And honestly, I think people are catching on, because sometimes I go to the store and I can't find it either. So not a big deal. All you have to do is on the weekends, just go ahead and make yourself a big batch of rice. And then you can just put it in a Ziploc bag. This is just some I have from a couple weeks ago. Put it in a Ziploc bag or whatever container you want to use and freeze it yourself so you have it. I've also done this with quinoa. I've been eating a lot of quinoa lately, so I've cooked a bunch a couple weeks ago before we went on vacation. I threw some veggies in there with it too to help bulk it up. And I have a whole thing of frozen quinoa in rice in my freezer. So when I go to make a meal, it's really quick and easy to just throw this stuff in the pan or pot, like I was saying, and whip it all together. I'm telling you, if you want quick and easy meals, you've got to have the frozen rice. I think you could probably even do it with pasta. I'm just now realizing this, and I have never tried it, and I'm gonna try. Maybe you can try too, and let me know if it works out, if you beat me to it. But yeah, I mean, let's cook the stuff ahead of time and freeze it, so when it's time to make the meals, it takes like 5 minutes. Who doesn't want that? All right, on to the next hack. And let me say this, I should have probably said this in the beginning, but even if you don't eat a vegan or whole food plant-based diet, this video is probably still beneficial to you. These hacks will probably still be able to fit into your everyday life. So make sure you don't scoot out of this video, you stick around to watch this, because I think this next one is really awesome and very eye-opening. A lot of you know this hack, especially if you've been following me for a while or you've been following a whole foods plant-based diet, but some of you might not yet be aware of this, but the next hack is using veggie broth to saute your veggies when you're making a meal. Listen, I'm not gonna get much into the don't use oil thing, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't need to be consuming oil. That goes for the so-called healthy oils out there, like the coconut oils, the avocado oils, the olive oils. It's just pure liquid fat. Yes, we do need fat in our diet, but that fat should be coming from whole plant foods that are still intact. Oil is straight liquid fat, and when you consume fat, it gets stored right away. It's easy fat for your body. You eat it, and your body's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna store this for later. So listen, if you're gonna eat fat, at least this is what I do, I eat it from whole plant foods. When you do that, there are other vitamins and minerals in there that work with the fat when you put all that in your body. Anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna get much into it, but I do use veggie broth to saute all my veggies. I don't use oil. Not only has oil been found to not be great for heart health, recent studies, and I'll go ahead and link them in the description box if you want to read about them, but oil also has close to 150 calories per tablespoon. If you're trying to lose weight, I highly recommend you stay away from oil. It is the most highly concentrated thing. I'm doing this, I don't have oil, so I'm doing this to have like imaginary oil in a tablespoon holder. But this little bit of tablespoon of oil has so many calories concentrated into that. You can eat like 3 bananas for the same amount of calories you can have in a tablespoon of oil. So no need to be pouring that on your food or sauteing your veggies in it. You can use veggie broth. And the great thing about veggie broth is it'll still flavor your fruits and veggies as you're cooking. Some people like to use water instead of veggie broth. Like I was just saying, I like a little bit of flavor, so it It works great for me. I love this hack, and I highly recommend that you try it if you're not already. All right, my next hack involves peanut butter. Now I'm gonna give you kind of like a 2-for-1 here, little 2-for-1 hack. So it's gonna be lumped into just the title is peanut butter. I don't eat a ton of peanut butter, but my husband and my kids do eat peanut butter quite frequently. And have you ever gone to the store, got yourself a natural peanut butter, and there's like a whole bunch of just oil, natural oil, no added oil. Hopefully you're getting just natural peanut butter. There's a whole bunch of the oil from the peanut butter that kind of settled at the top. And usually you take the top off, you stir it really good, some of the oil falls out, gets all over this, you gotta wipe it off. And then the next time you go to use the peanut butter, you're in the same situation. It's just a mess. So one hack you can do, and I'm not gonna show you because we've already done it. What you can do with peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter where you're finding the oil like this, is you just scoop it all out into a blender. This is really amazing. You just scoop it all out into a blender. You blend it for a minute or two, and then after you blend all of it, you put it back in the jar, put the lid on, and it stays creamy forever, for like the rest of the life of the peanut butter jar. It is so freaking awesome. My husband can't really believe it. He thought for sure, like, you know, once I did it and blended all the peanut butter and put it back in here, he thought for sure the next time he opened the jar it would be kind of a mess again, and it wasn't. So yeah, that's a really good peanut butter hack. All right, now my second peanut butter, the second half of this peanut butter hack is my PB2 peanut butter hack. Now, many of you know that I do this hack all the time because I don't want to eat a tablespoon or two of peanut butter because it's full of fat and full of calories. And I keep my fat on the lower side. I also had pretty bad gallbladder issues before moving over to a whole food plant-based diet, and I am managing that beautifully. So I choose to eat peanut butter that is lower in fat. And the way that I do this is I take PB2 powder, and I do about 1 or 2 tablespoons of that with a teaspoon of real peanut butter to kind of still give it more of a peanut butter flavor. I put water in there, I pop it in the microwave, mix it around, and it makes this amazing peanut butter sauce, if you will, that you can drizzle on anything. You can thicken it up if you want by adding less water if you want to make like a peanut butter sandwich. But this peanut butter hack has really changed a lot in the way of how much peanut butter I actually eat, and I highly recommend you try it. It's really, really awesome. And I went ahead and put how to do it all in the description box for you. There you go. All right, this next hack might be the mamma jamma of them all. And yes, I did just say mamma jamma. It might be the best hack for me that has really made this whole life easy, and that is becoming a pantry chef. Now, some of y'all are like, what in the world is a pantry chef? And some of y'all are like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that video and I became one, and it has changed my life. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it up above and in the description box. But becoming a pantry chef is someone who grocery shops based off the inventory in their pantry, not based off of a recipe list that they made because they sat down and searched on Pinterest different recipes. Oh, no, no, no. That can take so much time. Being a pantry chef, you have your staple foods that you always eat in your pantry and your refrigerator and freezer, let's be honest, but we're just gonna say pantry. You have your staple foods that you eat all the time, always in stock, and you never run out. So let me go give you a little bit of an example. I'm gonna take this camera and we're gonna go in my pantry. Okay, now I'm not gonna give you a huge tour, but I will say this. I know you're gonna look at this and be like, oh my gosh, like I can never go out and buy all that food. Well, yeah, I didn't either. I mean, it took me some time to build up to this, but these are all things that we always eat. We always eat grains. We always have flours and sugars and things that we need. Cereals, pasta sauce, beans, spices, okay? So what I do every weekend when I have to grocery shop, I come in here and I look and see what I'm running low on. And right here, you know, I got about 2 tomato paste left. That's okay, I don't use tomato paste that much. I'm really doing good. I don't have to buy anything in the way of canned beans. But what I'm saying is, like, if I came in here and I had 1 garbanzo bean can left, well, you know what? I would put on my list, go ahead and buy 3 garbanzo beans. Same thing with this. Like, I'm running a little low on quinoa. I'll probably go ahead and add that to my list this week. I'll get a whole thing, like a whole container full of dried quinoa and fill that up. So I grocery shop based off my inventory in my pantry. I no longer sit down on the weekends or stress on the weekends and think like, okay, what are we gonna eat this week? Or even like during the week, I don't come home from running errands all day or doing whatever I gotta do and think, yeah, what are we gonna have for dinner? I gotta make something, it's gonna take forever. No, I just walk in my pantry, I look around and I say, beans sound like a good idea. Let me grab a sauce, let me get some frozen rice and some veggies, and I throw it all in a pot. Being a pantry chef has changed my life. I mean, how many times have I said that today? If you have not seen my videos on becoming a pantry chef, now they're not labeled being a pantry chef. This is something that's kind of just come about over this past year. But let's just say if you haven't seen my pantry tour video or my grocery shopping video, again, I'll link them up above and in the description box, but I highly recommend you watch it, and I highly recommend you consider becoming a pantry chef. Moving on to the next hack, which you probably saw in my pantry, that is using canned beans. Do not be afraid of these, my friends. Now, this is in a carton, which is kind of a new thing they have going on right now, which I really like. But don't be afraid of canned beans. Canned beans can be just as nutritious as dry beans. And I'm not saying don't eat dry beans. I'm not saying I don't eat dry beans. I'm just saying a lot of times I don't have the time to soak the dry beans. I don't really plan my meals ahead of time, nor do I want to. I want to do more of the pantry chef thing. So I eat canned beans a lot. The thing is you want to make sure you're getting no salt added, okay? That's how you can get, the most nutritious beans possible. If it doesn't say no salt added, I promise you there are loads of sodium in these cans. If for some reason you have a can that doesn't say no salt added, that's fine. Just open it up and strain it and then rinse it. Rinse them really good to get all of that excess bean juice off of it. If you can, get cans, no salt added, a free BPA, this is non-BPA lining. If you can get the carton, get the carton. Again, no salt added. But yeah, these beans can be just as nutritious. They're great for you, and it's real quick and easy to just open this up and pop it in the pot or whatever you're doing with the beans. Now, I know a lot of y'all have commented a few times and said, yeah, but canned beans don't taste as good. Just make sure you're rinsing them. So I still do that, even though it says no salt added. Some people like to leave the juice, like they'll just pour the whole can in their pot to like add to whatever they're making, but I still rinse them because it gets that kind of strange flavor. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. But it kind of gets that strange bean flavor off of these, and then they taste just like beans I soaked overnight. So yeah, definitely recommend canned beans, no salt added, BPA free lining, and if you can get the carton, get the carton. Next one is frozen fruit. Now, we all know frozen fruit's great for making smoothies, of course. Frozen bananas are great to help make nice cream. But I also love frozen fruit because it is great to snack on. Now, if you're hungry, snack on something that's gonna, really fill you up. Fruit obviously can. I love to eat fresh fruit all the time. If I'm hungry and I want a snack, it's like in between a meal. But if I'm in one of those moods, okay, where I'm snackish, I just want to pick at stuff, I'm not really hungry. If I'm in one of those moods, recently, this is like a big thing, I love to snack on frozen fruit. It takes a lot longer to eat frozen fruit because it's hard and it's cold. So not only are you satisfying that need to kind of put things in your mouth and chew a little bit, you're not consuming as many calories because you're not eating as much. Now, I know a lot of y'all are apprehensive to buy fresh fruits and even veggies because you're afraid that they're not as nutritious as fresh fruits and veggies. And I am not saying don't eat fresh fruits and veggies because they are amazing. We're made to eat fresh fruits and veggies. But actually, there's been so many studies done that frozen fruits and veggies are just as nutritious. Some of them might be actually more nutritious because when they freeze this stuff, they pick it at its ripest when it is the most nutritious, and then they freeze it. So there you go. Again, keep eating that fresh fruits and veggies. Those are amazing, amazing, and there are so many amazing benefits to eating these things fresh. But don't be afraid of the frozen, my friends. These things are awesome. And I gotta say, if you're trying to lose weight and you wanna stop the unnecessary eating and unnecessary packing in the calories, this is a good way to slow that down. All right, and my last hack for you guys today involves avocados. Now, oh my gosh, I love me some avocados, but I don't ever eat a whole avocado. I used to when I thought I was doing the healthy thing, but boy, was I packing in the fat and calories. Now I eat half of an avocado when I eat one, usually just 1/4 of an avocado. And here's the deal, when I do that, almost always when I'm eating an avocado, no one else wants to eat the other part of it. So it goes to waste, and I can't stand that. So here's what I've been doing with the rest. Putting it in a Ziploc bag and freezing it. And boy, does this make me feel so much better because I'm not wasting the avocado. Yes, we're not eating the other part of it to put like on top of chili or on a veggie sandwich, but this is so great to use for smoothies. Sometimes if I'm wanting to add a little bit of extra fat into a smoothie, I'll put a little bit in there, but most of the time I'm using this for smoothies or smoothie bowls I make for my kids. And not only are they getting some good extra healthy fat in their smoothie, this helps make it a bit creamier. So I've really enjoyed freezing the extra avocado that I'm not using whenever I cut one open. And also, another little thing that we do, or we have been doing lately with avocado that's a great hack, is we never buy just one avocado. I'm always buying about 2 or 3 at a time, and I'm never eating them all at one time either. So I love to kind of separate my avocados. I leave the one avocado that I know we'll be eating in the next couple days in our little macrame hanging fruit basket, and then the other one or the other 2 I'll put in the refrigerator because putting it in the refrigerator actually slows the ripening process. So that's a great little hack that we also do with avocado. And as far as all the hacks go, that is what I have for you today. I hope you find these very helpful. And again, if there are some hacks that you have that I haven't mentioned, please add those in the comment section below so we can get in on your secrets too. Who doesn't want more hacks in their life? So that is it for me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Again, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you've been watching my videos for a while and you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please do so. That would be amazing. That way you know every time I post a video and you don't miss out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get on with my weekend. I hope you guys have a great day, a great rest of your week, and I will be seeing you next Monday. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.